For the New York Giants, the 1993 season began as a year of transition. But thanks to Dan Reeves and company, it evolved into something completely different.
Let's don't give them anything to let them get in this thing. Let's take it to the start, get after it for 60 minutes. Now let's go. Get
Sims calling signals on a long count. He'll give it to Hampton. Stutter steps right. He gets to the 10-yard line. Turns to the 5. Hampton to the goal line. Touchdown Giants. Rodney Hampton.
Sims looking right. Now looks middle. Rolls middle end zone. Touchdown. McCaffrey. Sims moves Callaway to the right. Jump his bunch.
After 2 years of mediocrity, the New York Giants once again were major contenders. They pounded out the yards behind the NFL's best running game and stuffed opposing offenses with the NFL's stingiest defense. They won 11 regular season games during a season-long duel with the Dallas Cowboys for supremacy of the tough NFC East.
Looks end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown!
In the end, the Giants earned an NFC wildcard berth. In doing so, they set an all-time NFL record with their 23rd postseason appearance. More importantly, Dan Reeves and company brought pride back to this franchise.
Let's go. Knock somebody off the ball today.
All right,
knock
guys,
somebody
it
off the
means
ball.
too much for us now to lay it on the line. Let's lay it on the line for 60 minutes. Let's set the tempo here early on this kickoff. Let's go. Let's get after it.
Let's go. Knock him off the ball.
In 1993, the New York Giants reaffirmed themselves as one of the NFL's best. They hope to stay there for many years to come. Right from the beginning, new head coach Dan Reeves set the record straight. The 1993 Giants were not rebuilding, they were rearming and would be ready on opening day. Ironically, on opening day in Chicago, it was the team's two most venerable veterans that kicked off this new winning era.
Remaining 1 minute and 11 seconds on the clock. Sims calls the signals. Sends a man in motion to the left. Fakes to Hampton, throws a pass. Complete touchdown of Arch.
Phil Simms, back as the starting quarterback, engineered a dramatic last-minute comeback, while Lawrence Taylor, back from a serious Achilles tendon injury, made sure the Bears did not duplicate similar last-second heroics.
Back goes off on a pass. Big rush. Taken down. Sacked by Taylor.
As it was on opening day, different heroes emerged as the Giants rolled to 5 victories in their first 6 games. Against the Bucs, a combination of power defense and power running propelled the Giants to victory.
Callaway reverses, then goes back to the right side. Here's Hampton. Touchdown!
A closely contested game against the Rams was blown open by the opportunism of cornerback Mark Collins.
Everett fakes the handoff on play action, goes to his right. It is intercepted. Clear path to the 40, to the 30. Here comes Collins to the 10. He will score!
In the Giants' 5th victory of the year, their depth and versatility came to the fore as backup Louis Tillman ran roughshod over the Philadelphia Eagles.
He gets a first down and more. 40, 45, 50. One man's got a shot. 35, 30, 20-yard line, and tackle from behind. Speed right, Tillman left. Motion to the left by pairs. Handoff. Through the line. Tillman. Touchdown!
The Giants' most complete and convincing early season victory had come 1 week before in Washington. While it's true that the Skins were hurting, and the Giants healthy, New York staged a spectacular all-around performance to stamp them as a serious force in the NFC East.
We gotta win it. Let's get after from the start. Now let's go.
The Giants' defense, on its way to allowing the fewest points in the NFL, smothered the Skins, while an offense that featured some new players and new tricks seemingly scored at will.
And here comes Rashid down to the 15. He gets down to the 10. Still on his feet. He's going to score. Two men in the backfield. Brian Williams in at center in place of Bart Oates. Pitch to the left side is this option. Beckett's going to throw. He goes long. He's got a receiver. Complete. Touchdown.
What a call!
He had Gerard all the way.
Gerard played that to the hilt. He was wide open.
Yeah. What a catch, baby. What a catch. What a fake. What a fake. It's a shame you got to catch the first one. Yeah, that's all right, baby.
Sims throws end zone. Touchdown cross.
Phil Simms, in one of the finest performances of the season, was nearly flawless as he hit on 14 of 17 passes, including 3 touchdowns.
Sims has some time for a change. Throws, receiver open. Gerard's got it to 20. All the way down, he'll score.
What a move by Sherrod. And the protection again, a nice fake, pass fake by, a run fake by Sims.
The 41-7 destruction of their division rivals represented the worst beating the Redskins ever suffered at RFK Stadium. At 5-1, Dan Reeves' Giants were all alone in first place in the NFC East.
He didn't earn that one. That was too easy. That was tougher than the last one. Huh? That was tougher than the last one.
Okay, let's get right to it. Here's the top 10 reasons why Dan Reeves' Giants came so far in 1993. Reason number 10, there was Dan Reeves himself. As a player and coach, he had always been a winner, and this was something he communicated to his players.
Be a little bit more upfield. Be upfield a little bit more. Bob's posting him, kind of shoulder to shoulder. Where you
Background there, though, kind of got behind the deep T-down, so I'm going to watch him stay on the T-down.
Great catch, going horizontal to grab the ball.
Play, he was wide open. No one was there. Sims spotted him a little late. Catch, he knew he was going to get hit.
Line. What a tremendous play.
Reason number 9, the coaching staff. Dan Reeves put together a staff that was a mere reflection of his own drive and dedication.
No, he went up the field, Dan, so we're good. You went too far up the field on him.
We're talking about a nickel now. What we want is we want good run technique from the under.
We're going to get some more two calls, you're going to get some more seam, but you got to execute.
Remember now, on cover 2, you got a lot of slot. Motions, be ready to go to Zorro, and now you got to be able to open up and play your halves, but they're still running the angle routes and stuff like that.
Reason number 8, Mike Nolan. The defensive coordinator was responsible for new changes in the Giants' defensive vocabulary.
We got an under gap 2 ready. Special giant gap 2 ready. 64.
No, that last.
When you do this,
That's
64.
The last one was
6. 6. Yeah, I said 6. Special giant gap 6.
But while the wording was complicated, Nolan's attacking schemes were not.
That's a good hit on 84. It's good position, Corey.
First down, let's go home. Let's go home. Good game, baby. Good work. Hey, good work. What do you call a good game, Mike? Hey, good job, baby. Way to go, man. Way to go. Good job, baby. Yeah.
Reason number 7, Dan Reeves wanted more pizzazz in his offense. New coordinator George Henshaw carried through with his head coach's plan.
Strong left. Sims hands off. Pitch back. Sims has the ball. He's going way down. He's got Jackson. He's got it. Touchdown.
A heck of a call by Henshaw.
Reason number 6, how about that infusion of youth?
Cross the tight end on the right. Sims takes the snap, play action, looking, now fires the ball deep down the left side, and a one-handed catch by Aaron Pierce at midfield, and he's bumped out of bounds inside Miami.
On offense, second-year tight end Aaron Pierce displayed some big play potential. On defense, rookies like Willie Beeman, Jesse Armstead, Marcus Buckley, and Mike Strahan were given on-the-job training. Meanwhile, second-year players like Philippi Sparks, Corey Raymond, and Keith Hamilton showed considerable improvement.
Out in the backfield, DeBerg steps up, and he's sacked at the goal line. And will it be a safety by Keith Hamilton? Yes, it is. Keith Hamilton with the safety, and the Giants now lead it.
Indeed, it was the efforts of Hamilton with his team leading 11.5 sacks that helped to revive the Giants' pass rush. Reason number 5, the backup kicker. Yes, that's right, the backup kicker. Brad DeLuisa was signed to deliver devastating kickoffs, but the investment in him yielded a big dividend when he did in the Cardinals with this devastating kick.
The ball to be spotted on the 45. Good snap, spot. Got the distance,
With about 6 or 7 yards to spare, he drilled that football. Great kick.
Look back, though, at the decision, Jimmy and Carl, to keep 2 field goal kickers.
Reason number 4. How about those free agent signings? New inside linebacker Carlton Bailey led the team in tackles. Fellow newcomer Michael Brooks led the team in intensity.
Not today! Not today! Run!
Before a freak injury cut his season short, Mike Sherrard displayed the explosiveness for which he was signed.
Takes a quick drop. Throws over the middle. He's got a man. Complete Sherrard. First down. He broke a tackle. Loses a second tackle. There's a third. He's down to the 40. He's going to go all the way, maybe. 20, 15. Stumbles and goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. What a run, but he might have twisted an ankle.
Reason number 3 was David Megan. Dan Reeves had wanted to increase Megan's role in the offense. The 5th-year back from Towson State responded with a career-high 329 yards rushing and a perfect passing rating.
Derek Brown is in. Megan goes in motion behind the line, takes the ball. He's going to pass. Passing in the end zone. Touchdown if he's in. Touchdown.
Reason number 2 was the power running game. While the Giants had made changes in 1993, they did not fool around with the bread and butter of their offensive attack. Rodney Hampton running behind a big and talented offensive line. In 1993, Rodney Hampton continued his rise as one of the NFL's elite running backs. For the 3rd straight year, he rushed for over 1,000 yards and was the key component in the NFL's most efficient ball control offense.
Turns to the 5, Hampton to the goal line. Touchdown, Giants!
What a drive by the Giants. Stops his foot. They send Pierce in motion to the left. Hand off. Hampton leaps high. Touchdown!
Finally, there's reason number 1. Quarterback Phil Simms. Indeed, of all of Dan Reeves' decisions in 1993, none had more impact than the restoration of Simms to the starting quarterback role. At the age of 38, Simms took virtually every snap, threw for over 3,000 yards, and hit on 15 touchdown passes. He was never better or more inspiring than during a 3-week stretch in December when the Giants made their push toward the NFC playoffs.
Drops straight back, has some time, throws down the seam for Cross to the goal line, touchdown Giants! The seam route to Howard, Cross 20 yards, and the Giants take the lead.
There goes Brown in motion to the left. Simms is trying to pass. Looks, end zone, he's got a man! Touchdown! Callaway!
What a grab by Callaway. The defensive back was right in his face. He just reached right up.
And a third, the ball is on the 9-yard line. Simms throws the corner. Touchdown, I believe he's in.
Yes,
he's in. Brown rim. Simms fakes a pitch to his left, throws to his right, complete the cross at the goal line. Touchdown.
Did we call it or what? All right.
In New Orleans, the Giants went ahead with a pair of Phil Simms touchdown passes before a Dave Meggett punt return secured a win and a playoff berth.
High, carries well. And again, Meggett is not calling for a fair catch. Runs it to the 30. Eludes a tackle at 35, 40. He's at the 45, 50. He's at the 45. He's down the sideline. He will score.
75 yards.
The Giants had won their 11th game. Postseason competition loomed. But so did a showdown with Dallas for the NFC Eastern title. If there was one game that symbolized how far the Giants had come in 1993, it was their season-ending shootout with the Cowboys.
1, 2, 3.
The defending Super Bowl champions dominated in the first half, building up a 13-0 lead. But Dan Reeves' Giants had worked too hard in 1993, had come too far to simply lay down, even if they were up against pro football's finest team.
Moran has the ball for the punt. Just blocked, partially blocked. Didn't get it away cleanly. Bounces the 40. Big forward bounce for the Giants. Booted around by Dallas. Giants have it.
A bonehead play.
Hampton behind Bunch. Crowd is on its feet. Simms wants quiet. He might not get it this time. Simms has the ball. Hampton. Bunch dives. Touchdown.
Baby. Come on, get it back now. Get it back.
Stop. Yeah!
Third and 3. Simms hands off. Hampton. First down. 20. Down near the 25. He's down to the 22-yard line. This will be a 32-yarder. Snap, spot. Got the distance. Listen.
I guess it's good. And it is. Right through the uprights.
In the second half, the Giants fought back bravely. But in overtime, a Dallas Cowboy team on its way to a second straight NFL title proved to be too hard to handle. The division was lost, but a wild card game beckoned. On a cold and windy day in January, the Minnesota Vikings came to town. There was no question that this battle between two of the league's best defensive teams would be anything but pretty. The Giants took an early lead, but it was Minnesota who got to the end zone first.
Back is Graham, double tight end. Fakes the handoff, bootlegs right. He might run. He's going to throw long, way down. It is complete touchdown. Right through.
At halftime, it was gut check time for the Giants. But a second-half comeback that characterized the Giants' season carried them to victory.
Right, finds a hole, right, gets across for 40, 35, he gets the 30, he's down the right side.
51 yards of brilliant blocking and brilliant running by Hampton.
Just a play around the right side of Brook, nice and simple, just the type of plays he's been running in the first half.
Right. Sims, hands off, Hampton inside the 5, touchdown!
No question.
Down behind the center. Takes the handoff. Complete at the 30, at the 25. Fumble.
The Giants prevailed 17-10 and moved on to San Francisco. Perhaps it was a strain of playing in two tough, difficult defensive battles. Perhaps the 1993 Giants had simply gone as far as they could go. Whatever the reasons, the Giants' season came to an end at Candlestick Park. But that disappointing day in San Francisco represented only the setting sun of a single season, not the end of a bright and promising era of Giants football. In 1993, the Giants said goodbye to Lawrence Taylor. Partings, of course, are never easy, especially when the man who's leaving is the greatest defensive player of all time.
To have a guy with that type of size, that type of an explosion, to be as quick off the ball as he was, to be as tenacious as he is, to have that all in one package is going to be very difficult to ever find again. You may find someone with, several of those qualities, but putting all those qualities together with the size, the explosion, the quickness, the speed, the tenaciousness, all the things that he has, I think it's going to be hard to really find somebody like Lawrence again.
Lawrence Taylor's legacy is staggering. He changed the art of defense, changed the way the game is played, and above all, he changed and transformed the Giants. Before LT came to the Giants, they suffered through many losing seasons. He helped to make them winners. 13 years later, he is leaving them as winners. Indeed, in 1993, the Giants proved that they are back among the best in the NFL. They are likely to stay there for many years to come.